She fell, she fought, and in the end, she emerged victorious. This is the woman of today, and she is made of steel. Come and watch how she slays.
This is your favorite international radio network. My name is Annie, and this is a segment where I acknowledge and appreciate women who've been breaking glass ceilings, women who've dared to think very different, and women who've also executed beautifully. And today we have a world that is so much more open, liberal, and free thinkers. And I like the idea of women being free thinkers than just men. And towards a world of inclusivity that we are headed in, I think this is just the right segment to acknowledge and appreciate, and also to motivate more women to take this path. On the show with me today is Sairee Chahal. She is the founder of She Rose. Sairee, it's so nice to have you on the show. Warm welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Good to be on the show. And excited to be here.
Okay, She Rose. I know there are a million times I have ideas coming up, but I don't end up executing them or forget implementation. When did you come up with the idea of She Rose? So tell us about She Rose.
All right. So I think She Rose has been brewing a long time. And I think long time means pretty much all of my career before She Rose. Everything that transpired brought me to it. And of course, I didn't know this is how it's going to shape up, or this is what it will look like. But I think a lot of luck, to be honest, and lot of serendipity happened. But
oh, nice.
Yes, and of course, I think a lot of where I come from, and I think. Probably building a startup very early in my career. I think there weren't a lot of people building startups in '99 in India while I was in college. I think.
Wow. Yes. Yes.
So that's where I think roots of building a company were set in my mind. Roots of understanding what technology can do, what internet can do, and of course now we are seeing it play out. Entrepreneurship has gone mainstream, but it took 2 decades for that to happen.
Yeah.
And of course, I think the other is. I think millions and millions of women, I come from a regular middle class family where I think the barriers are a little invisible. You have the privilege that you have, but it's still not an open sky, and it's still not, as kosher. And of course, I think as women, we know that we have a long way to go to find our place in the world, especially in the economic world and in the financial world and in the tech world. So I think those were threads in my story as I sort of built my own career. And I think She Rose is very simple. You can call it women's internet. Basically using this giant tool we have at our disposal to make sure women have equal access, women have safe space,
right?
They have a lot of resources. And of course, I think they're able to build their financial and social identities from there. So the idea really is new, but it took a long time, baking it.
India's first community marketplace, sherose.com. You must check it out. It's actually empowering women, empowering every woman who has the freedom to think, create, and put it out there very confidently. Nobody's judging you. But yes, if you have come up with a good product, you have sherose.com as your marketplace to market your range of products. And that's amazing. Extra points there. So when you say it's a marketplace, and the time you began this, you went back to a time where people didn't even know of entrepreneurship in the first place. We know of businessmen, and we know a certain community that is associated with businesses. We've demarcated communities that are very well versed with business. And therein again, women did not have that kind of place or position. It's over the years that we have fought for that and have women also included. Even within family businesses, I think it's a struggle today. But therein you started thinking of a marketplace or a place that you could build where all the women could come together. So tell me about the first steps you took to build this marketplace, because there's a heavy duty tech that you may have required to make this a success.
Absolutely. So actually, where we are today, I think it's taken us many steps, thinking it, uh, transitioning it to the current realities, and of course,
Right.
I think India has all been very fast. So today, think of Shiro's actually as an ecosystem. So there's Shiro's, and there's also, might I add, something new that we've launched in another company that I've started called Mahila Money, which is a neobank for women.
Right.
So,
Wow.
yeah. So if you look at what we are doing, we're building an ecosystem for women. Okay, and when women come into our ecosystem, at one level, there is a community and content and community assets. You come in, you can share to your heart's content. You can be yourself. You can find a lot of advice. We run a
Right.
helpline. There's legal advice, and then there is what we call Shop on Shiros, which is your digital storefront. So whether you make crochet or cupcakes or jewelry or have a boutique or you sell products online, you can literally set up a store in 30 seconds. You get your own payment link, you get your
Wow.
own URL, and you get your own catalog. So this is your storefront that sits on Shiro's. We power it, and it sits in the middle of the community, so everybody can see it. It's not a lonely store lying somewhere on the internet. It's right in the middle of a very large community of women. And then, of course, I think when we think of this, we also know, to be successful, women need access to capital, women need access to credit. And it's very hard for women who run a small business to find access to credit. So this year we set up Mahila Money. So today with two platforms, there's the Shiro's platform, which is a community marketplace and a lot of support built in within a marketplace for the sellers. And of course, there's Mahila Money, which is the neobank that is making sure any business owner who wants to grow her business, needs working capital, has access to it. So if you look at it, we're building an ecosystem. And very simply put, what are we doing? We are doing things that help increase women's contribution to the GDP. Every time a woman sets up a shop, a woman takes a loan, she's making a financial contribution to the country. And of course, I think generating employment, generating entrepreneurship, and opening access to capital is making all of this happen on the Shiro's platform and of course on the Mahila Money platform now.
That's simply amazing. So I'd really love to know, Sairee, what is the kind of strength you have today when it comes to women on Shiros.com?
Right. So actually now Shiro's is a multi-asset network. We own actually multiple properties. There's Shiros.com, there's the Shiro's app, which is our main app, but we also own Nari.com, babygogo.com, and we've recently set up Mahila Money, which is the neobank for women. Total put together, we've got 25 million women on our network. And growing, and we hope to get to 100. But I think more than just the number, what's important to us is when a woman comes to us, she's able to find work, she's able to find a safe space, she's able to explore her entrepreneurial talent, she's able to find a platform, and of course she's able to find very relevant financial products, whether it is loans or prepaid cards or insurance. We just want to make sure it is all stitched up, because what we've been doing last couple of years is building trust. So at heart, our business has a very simple principle. We're in business of giving. When a woman comes to us, she'll take away something. She will find support. She will find a lot of resources. Earn, learn, grow. Those are themes that we are very, very passionate about.
Well, that is brilliant. So Shiros.com is what any woman who has a product or a product range is looking for a platform to sell it on, is where you can be and where you should be. Don't forget to look it up. It's Shiros, SHEROES.com, making heroes out of the entire community. And 25 million is a massive number. Congratulations on having achieved that kind of a number. And here I believe the regions have, where your women have come from various parts of the country. So where is the farthest Shiros.com has reached?
Oh, we practically reach all pin codes and talukas in this country now. I
Wow.
think we're not as rural as we would like it to be, but we have users. Like if you took a map of India and actually neighboring countries as well, users from Bangladesh and Nepal and Sri Lanka. We have tons of users from there, but we have users practically in every postal code that you can possibly think of. Definitely at taluka level, maybe if not yet at the village level. So very well spread community, multilingual, super diverse. But the most interesting part is each of the women on the platform
Right.
is aspiring, is aspiring to have a place under the sun for herself. Her name,
For
her
sure. For
identity,
sure.
so that's what binds everyone together. That hey, I this is my me space. I think for women,
Right.
is defined by your mom or a wife or a daughter, and I think there are a lot of these social identities attached to us. But the me space, that's very dear to a lot, to all of us. We want our name on something and we want to achieve something in life. That's the space she roses for you.
Brilliant, brilliant. And thank you for coming up with something like this. But we're not done yet. I do have a quick fire round. Let's start with, I don't know how much time you really have to watch movies and entertain yourself, but if you have recently watched any movie, which one is it and why? And did you like it?
I watched Rocket Boys.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and I loved it. And I'm not even sure whether it's a movie or a
It's a
series, but
series. Nevertheless, it is entertaining at the end of the day, whether it's web series, thanks to again OTT platforms and digital platforms that have taken over our lives. I think we're pretty much enjoying them
yes,
because
absolutely.
it
So
comes with a huge quotient of comfort and convenience, most importantly. Moving on to international music and pop stars or singers, musicians. Do you listen to any? If you do, you can throw in some names.
well, I have a teenage daughter, so I am subject to a lot of BTS
Uh huh.
and uh, and of course, the whole range of Billie Eilish and the whole
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
So, secondary consumer, if you will, I think
That
it's
is a
it's
large market, like you would know.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's subject to a range of I think new talent from all across the globe, thanks to my daughter.
Right, beautiful. Top two travel destinations of the world that's on your bucket list. I mean, new ones if you've added any since the opening up of the world now, and that they have allowed you to travel now.
Absolutely, I do want to go to Finland. I've been meaning to go to Finland for like forever, and it's very much on my list. And Madagascar.
Ah, very nice. Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush. Honestly, when we were growing up, it was 1980s, and it was a terrible time for the movies. I think everybody was fighting on screen. But I do remember watching Kumar Gaurav in Love Story when I was literally in like nursery or something. But yeah, that's my earliest memory of a crush.
Okay. If you were to be a comic superhero, who would it be and why?
Uh, Wonder Woman.
Okay, why not? You are one yourself. Which dessert makes you go weak in your knees?
Cheesecake.
Nice. What is the one thing your parents taught you that has always stayed with you in good stead?
Oh, always. I think simplicity, live light, and work hard,
Yeah.
and let it go.
Nice.
So
Oh, nice. Let it go. Yeah, there are a lot of things you've got to let go sometimes, however hard it may be. What's your favorite time of the day?
I love my evening walks. In fact, just before this call, I went for my little walk. It's my
Nice,
little
nice.
ride.
What's your favorite beverage?
A red wine.
And what's the one thing you're excited about that's up and coming this year?
Super excited about the neobank we're launching. It's the first digital financial services platform. Think of it as a digital bank, but
Uh-huh.
only for women. So a Mahila bank, if you will. It's a, so excited about Mahila Money. We're doing a lot of interesting work there, and I'm sure it will open a lot of doors for millions of women. So
That's brilliant. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing. Kudos for the kind of work you're putting in, for the kind of thought you're putting in, for opening up not only the market, but also opening up the minds of people, which is allowing them to think that they can make things happen for themselves and they can go after their dreams. For millions of women who otherwise couldn't even think of this.
Absolutely. Now we're excited. I think it's such a good time in history to be doing this. Like right. I sometimes talk to my daughter and I say, just imagine if we were born in 1920, we wouldn't be able to have this opportunity. Or imagine being born in a very different time and space. So a lot of universe has conspired to make things happen for
right.
us, and for us to have this opportunity to build.
Right.
That there's we're sitting on cusp of a technology revolution. We have access to fast internet. We have access to so many opportunities. There's access to capital, which wasn't there at all. Like even 20 years ago, India didn't have this kind of opportunity that we are seeing today.
Right, right, I agree.
And it's time to pay it forward. I think, as we get this opportunity.
Very valid point and a very thoughtful one at that.
Yeah, so we have to pay it forward. We have to make sure it multiplies and it cross-pollinates and it becomes available to a large number of people.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for being so mindful while doing this, which is unlike business heads or businesses or capitalists otherwise would like to think and push their businesses forward. I'm really glad it's coming from you. I'm really glad that I'm talking to you. And I am so proud that you do exist, and we need many, many, many more like you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm just grateful that we have this opportunity to do the work that we are doing, and also to be in the time we are. And I think we'll give it our best and leave the rest.
Sairee Chahal, founder of Shiros.com on Afternoons with Annie. And yep, she's been slaying it, and how.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from Radio 1.